time for Big Game Breakdown. As always, live odds, sportsbookreview.com, and powered by UWager. Let's go with Charlotte and Washington. Wizards at home, 4, 217.5 the total. Look at the race in the East here with little more than a week left to play. Toronto now the 3 seed. The Wizards a game behind them for the 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. Milwaukee's the 5. Atlanta, Chicago, and Miami and Orlando tied for the 8. Miami has the tiebreaker. And Charlotte all of a sudden, 7-2 straight up in ATS the last 9 to get back in this when a lot of people wrote them off, myself included.
Yeah, exactly. Count me among those who wrote off this Charlotte squad. But I think some of the mentality for these teams at the bottom of that 5, 6, 7, 8. When we think about the Bulls rallying back from the dead and the Hornets rallying back from the dead. A lot of times, you don't necessarily want to be an 8 seed and really get embarrassed in the first round. Yeah, facing an elite team is going to wipe you out. Maybe it's like, all right, let's go home. Not this year. The Celtics and the Cavaliers look more than a little bit vulnerable right now, and that, I think, is really giving some legitimate momentum to teams like Charlotte.
Yeah, and by the way, look how they play the contenders to close, so they can play their way in here and do this. Miami and Boston at home, Milwaukee and Atlanta on the road. And how about the turnaround? At least helping out has been Kaminsky. Look at the bench surge. Last 4 games, 100 minutes, 73 points, and his per 48 average, 34.8. Steve Clifford, quote, one of the best defensive games we played in a while after the wire job he's talking about against the Thunder. Every guy who played today contributed. Starters got off to a great start. Really, it was the guys coming off the bench that led to the cushion there in the fourth quarter, end quote. Now you got the Wizards, and they just had a long, long road trip that ended with the embarrassment in Golden State when they lost 139 to 115. They're pissing and moaning about what happened where McGee shot a 3 at the end and Jennings had the hard foul. But, I mean, they had 12 of their last 16 games on the road, Teddy.
Yeah, it's been one of these brutal scheduling stretches for the Wizards, and we've tried to highlight it here a handful of times on Sportsbit. And when teams go through these stretches, as Oklahoma City did over the first half and Houston did over the first half of the campaign, there's money to be made betting against them, and they're gassed at the end of it. All right? The one bad stretch the Rockets had this year, the worst stretch the Thunder had this year, came in spots like this. So here's a Washington team. They're gassed right now. What are they, 5-7 straight up, 3-9 against the spread, their last dozen. All right? And the wins and covers, what'd they come? They came against the Nets, -11, and against the Lakers, -9. So we're talking about struggling consistently in competitive games. They've fallen behind the Raptors for the number 3 seed. And when you look at the defensive numbers, there's a pretty significant drop-off, Paulie. First half of the season, pre-All-Star break, from the number 9 defense in the NBA, points per 100 possessions. Since the All-Star break, the number 27 defense in the NBA. And we ask ourselves why? Why? This graphic right here is going to show you why. NBA minutes played this season. Paulie, show them what we got.
Knockout information here. Wall is 4th, Porter 16th, Beal 17th, Gortat 30th. Number of teams with 3 in the top 21. Number of teams with 4 in the top 31. Look at that. That cannot happen. As we've talked about the last couple weeks on this show, these guys, and especially Wall, look like they're running out of gas.
Well, with the grinder of the schedule they've been up again, but not 1, 2 different West Coast road trips in a single month. Throw in the fatigue factor of all the minutes that not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of their starters are playing, including Gortat, who's no spring chicken. And it spells problems for the Wizards moving forward. This is a team that you and I loved for the better part of 2 months. Paulie, but not right now. Washington, to me, a team I'd rather be fading than betting on.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.